Cool.
Hello, Yoshi Pro.
Hello. What's poppin'?
Well,
Everything good?
Pringles was earlier, so you missed that. So nothing is popping yet.
Dang it.
Dang it.
I missed Pringles?
You
Oh
missed
no.
Pringles. How could you miss
Betrayed my culture. It's
Pringles?
messed up. Okay. But yeah, this is Glover. Might have heard of this game. It's pretty cool. It's for the Nintendo 64. You play as a glove. That's why it's called Glover. The category I'm doing, all main levels. So any percent is like a boss rush because you can skip a bunch of stuff and it's really boring. We don't like that. So play every level as Hasbro intended.
Imagine doing what the developer.
I'm a good boy, okay?
Well,
Good boy.
we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, the gameplay will speak for itself.
Whenever,
Remix is gonna be dope.
whenever you're ready.
Okay, so in 5 seconds from now, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. So yeah, this is Glover. I don't have a timer on my side to start open lives, but you know, not important. It'll be underestimate. That's all that matters. So to start off, we skipped the cutscene at the beginning. The story of the game is there's your boy the wizard. You know, he's just kind of like chilling. He's making a potion. He makes one wrong move. Potion, the cauldron blows up in his face, and his gloves fall into the cauldron and turn evil. Or one turns evil, one's a good guy, because you know you need your protagonist. So I'm playing as the good glove. I need to save my boy the wizard. He's in the middle. You can see him. He turned into stone. So I returned 1 ball to the fountain. The goal of the game is to return 7 balls. There's 6 worlds. One contains a ball you get after being the final boss. So, first world here is Atlantis. It's called Atlantis because, you know, there's a lot of water. Water in this game is kind of annoying. So the main movement tech is called L canceling in this game, so it's basically melee. By pressing the L button a bunch, you change your stance on the ball, and for whatever reason, it gives you a slight speed boost. So. See that right here. If you can't tell what's going on, then that means I'm probably doing it right. The camera doesn't like me switching stance so often, and it like falls way behind really fast. There's an elevator you're supposed to raise here, but instead you can do this really cool bounce that I'm probably gonna miss. I lied, I got it. Easy game. So a lot of this game is gonna be just like abusing the ball physics, because the ball is crazy. You can make so many weird bounces. This game just has the craziest physics out of like any ball platformer. There also skipped another part of the level. Normally you have to lower that water, but this game's kind of cool because you can change your ball between 4 different kinds. You have the rubber ball, which is default. You're gonna see it a bunch because rubber bounces like crazy, so you know, pretty useful. The bowling ball, which I just used to hit that switch. A marble, which I'll use in 1 level because it's slightly faster when you're in the air. And a crystal, which you will never see me use because crystal stinks. It's no bueno. So I did a trick called bounce around there. It's called bounce around because you bounce around a water wheel. Pretty cool trick. Pretty self-explanatory. Here I'm gonna enter a giant whale. Look at me go. It's the biggest platform. I can attest to that. As someone who's played this game an unhealthy amount, I can say with certainty this is ball gloving. This is the first boss. You're gonna see he's gonna make a whale appear out of thin air. But on top of that whale, a crab. And on top of that crab is a fish. Okay, now I have to take down this monstrosity by myself. Will I be able to do it? This is the only boss in the game that is like kind of random as well. This whale can do a few different attacks. If he jumps, you lose like 2 seconds, so you don't want him to jump. Oh, cool. So I got an Oko on the crab. Normally you have to hit that crab twice, but if you hit him at a certain angle, he just kind of appears, which makes my life easier. Yeah, that's the first boss. So now after beating this boss, I'm going to return to the fountain to return a ball. Like I said, I need to return 6 more, 7 in total. There's the one at the very start of the game and 1 per world. You're going to see me make 4 visits overall. There's a trick we found back in like 2014 or 2015 called ball storage. And by trick, we mean intended game mechanic. If you slap your ball into a loading zone, all disappears because it doesn't want you to soft block. So you can make less trips to the fountain, which is good because making a trip is pretty slow. I'm gonna head over to Carnival right now, which is this fancy old tent. Also, when I'm not on my ball, I'm going to be walking diagonally, because diagonal is slightly faster, because this is one of those weird games where both horizontal and vertical movements stack on top of each other. It's basically GoldenEye, that's what I'm saying. This is going to be a really cool trick here I'm probably going to miss. This is like a really recent discovery, like I'm talking about late April, early May. And it saves like 10 seconds, it's a pretty huge find. So, there's this elephant over here. His name is Bugle. Bugle is a cool guy. I'm a big fan. Big fan of his work. I want to get him to go under the map here. Walk over here. So normally what you're supposed to do for this level is do a bunch of mini games to make the rocket open up. There's a rocket over here. You might see it. I missed it. Okay. Luckily this trick isn't too hard to retry, but there's a rocket over there. You're supposed to do a bunch of mini games like slots, you know, the garbage stuff that I don't really want to do. So. Instead, I'm gonna get this elephant under the map, right? And then I'm gonna go over here. Start holding B. Now, what holding B does is make it so I never lose height. And since this elephant was right below me, he's gonna continuously push me up. And this level is special in the way that the ending is way up in the sky, opposed to being like a set, you know, like goalpost. There's just a giant trigger in the sky that ends the level. And now normally you'd use the rocket to fly up to it, but I'm gonna use this cool little elephant. Yeah, just chilling. You have to, once you are airborne, it's like 20 seconds to get up there. It's pretty crazy. And now this level is the only time I'm probably gonna use marble. I'll go for it once. So the end of the level is usually pretty far out, but because of L canceling, you can reach it pretty easily from the beginning with marble, which is what I just did. That level is huge. It's kind of like a maze. You have to turn off a few fans, go in a few teleporters, but you know, you can do that instead. Now here I'm going to do an A bounce. I only do one A bounce in the whole run, which is right here. A bounces give you slightly higher bounces in general. You gain more height because the ball is launched higher up in the air. This game is like realistic physics and whatnot, so you can make it over that fence and skip a good portion of the level again. Normally you're supposed to go like all the way around on a few like ships, do a maze, fight a few bees. You know, I don't got time for that, so. And here's the carnival boss. This boss, I found a really cool trick like back in 2015. So if I get it, you guys all gotta clap. Okay, all I'm saying. So there's this giant clown. Normally the button goes out of bounds here, and you can't hit it. But if you clip into the wall, hit the button while it's still out of bounds, you can attack him again when he's doing his like damage animation. And since damage animations can't stack on top of each other, you skip one of his animations, which saves about 8 seconds. It's pretty fast. Highly recommend doing it. You're gonna see me do that clip one more time in the run in the next world, actually. Now I brought up ball storage. I'm gonna do ball storage here. So basically, if I stop the ball into the loading zone, it disappears, and it will reappear when I enter a new loading zone. Because, you know, this loading zone. Thank you for clapping. And I know, very impressive. So Pirates 1 is, there's like two things I want to mention off the start, but it's pretty self-explanatory. So first, normally if you fall from too great a height, you die, but if you land on the ball, that negates the death that you're supposed to take, so you live. That saves a bit of time over damage boosting on the side of the wall. Now here's a trick called Christ Fly, found by Cranky back in 2013. So if you bounce underwater, and then when you resurface, you'll just gain crazy height. Like that. Because water normally, you can't L cancel on water, so it's really slow. But thanks to that fly, fine. And I'm gonna go for one more trick here. If I get this, it's really cool. It's called waterboarding. And I'm too low. Basically, you can strafe around that platform with the geyser and skip like some of the cycle. It's a pretty good strat. That being said, that's basically all there is to this level. So if you have anything you want to say, now would be a good time. Any donations or whatnot? Always
have a donation somewhere. I have $50 from the Axeman, and he didn't leave a comment, but I do want to re-plug him one more time with his Twitch. If you enjoy the commentary for Castalis, go follow him.
Okay, you have time for one more.
I don't have another one, so I lied. I do not always have donations. But if you want to check out any of the upcoming donation incentives, you can hit !incentives in the chat. We have quite a few coming up. I do believe the names for the Pokemon in Red and Blue are still open, if I am not mistaken. Yes, they are. There's also picking the songs for between the Travel Between Worlds and Kingdom Hearts Final Mix HD, so those will both be on that list.
Yeah. Okay, so there's a trick coming up right here called Voodle Cycle, named after famed, infamous Glover runner Chris Voodle. So normally, this level is also a huge like jungle gym. You gotta get over to this platform, but you can barely make it onto this platform from that area by bouncing. And I got an R clip. Okay, I mentioned I would do one more of those wall clips, but if you hit an R clip, which I'll explain right now since this level is also pretty self-explanatory. Basically what an R clip is, if you tap R, which is the button to change your ball, right before hitting a wall, like the frame before you hit the wall, and you're going fast enough, it's like a bunch of circumstances around it, but if you meet all of them, you can just clip into the wall and, you know, go fast. It's only useful in a few spots, but always good to hit. And I got roof bounce and off the edge. Let's go. Easy flat. So yeah, this trick's roof bounce. It's called roof bounce because you bounce off a roof. Fun fact. You have to usually raise a bunch of stairs here. Okay. Those roofs are like lined up perfectly. A bunch of these bounces you can do in this game are like, they have to be intentional. Like, come on. And I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but I'm hitting C up when I hit buttons because it skips the cutscene. It's really small, but also really important. So whenever I press C up and you see the camera like, kind of zoom into me for a second, there's a reason. It's the best music. Pirates has the best soundtrack. Actually, all the music in this game is like crazy good. It's like one of the coolest video game soundtracks I can think of, especially from like this era. Pirates and Fear are just bop after bop after bop. That level I was just in uses has a seagull solo. Crazy. Sadly, if you ever hear that seagull solo when you're doing like just the regular 90% run or whatever, that usually means you're going pretty slow. It's like 2 minutes into the song. Also, I didn't even mention, but that boss I completely skipped. I like monkeys. I'm not gonna hurt them. They're cute. Good lads. Good lads. I always wanted to learn to play the seagull. Okay. This trip to the fountain, I'm gonna return 2 balls because the ball storage I did after carnival. The balls stacked on top, so able to return them both at once in a lot of time. By a lot of time, I mean like a second. A second to a second. A fun fact about that skip I did for the Pirates boss is it used to be completely random, or pseudo-random. We had no setup, and there's like only a few pixels on that chest where you can actually clip in. But a runner, the current record holder actually, when he was like a brand new boy, nobody knew him at all. He just posted on the Glover forums on speedrun.com and was like, look at this cool strat I found. It's completely random skip. And we were like, give this man a Nobel Peace Prize. So this is the fear. Lightning is completely random in this world, so slight seizure warning, possibly. Screen will just randomly flash white. It's really annoying. Luckily, it doesn't really make any gameplay differences, but it can happen at like the most opportune times to just completely mess with you. Also, I missed this strat there. You can make an early cycle there if you get a perfect B cancel, which is where you cancel. Perfect B cancel are kind of hard to explain, so I'll just stick to saying you gotta be good and you get more downward momentum. I was not good. It's a shame. Maybe I should try being good next time. That being said, Fear is really cool as a speedrun because you get the beach ball. The beach ball is the most broken power-up in the game. As you can see, I just got insane height and you get insane speed. I did a trick called drawbridge skip. Normally you have to like, there's these guys with hammers, and you gotta like push stuff, and I don't even know what you're really supposed to do, to be honest. I haven't done it in so long, but skipped it, so go me. We're gonna say hi to our boy Mr. Tip up here. That's this hat's name. He talks to you at the beginning of the game, and he says, I don't even know what he says, but he's a good man. He's a good guy. He's on our side. That being said, it's kind of slow to talk to him. The way it works is if you're in range, if you're close enough, and you press B, which is the button to mouse, he'll talk. And it's kind of annoying because in that area, there's like only, unless you're right up against the wall, you're going to talk to him basically. So, kind of in the way. But he's a good man. You know, he's trying his hardest. Personally. So this is the final fear level. The beginning is pretty self-explanatory. You can do a very slight cycle skip there, but it's not too consistent, so I don't go for it. Then you get a beach ball, and the whole level just breaks, basically. So, like, I'm not even, like, doing anything crazy unintended here. It's just the beach ball is that good. Your top speed with the beach ball is, like, insane. You can make it over here. Just end the level. I completely, like, ignored every platform, every hazard. Now here's our boy Crankenstein, named after famed Glover runner Cranky. Or it's Crankenstein's monster, if you want to be exact. This guy is really annoying in a casual playthrough. I know many people who have like played this game and were just like, yeah, I quit at this guy. He stinks. But you know what? They're not that bad. If you cheat, I'm willing to. You know, if you cheat, it's not that bad. So, I'm gonna get the ball up here, and I'm gonna ground pound this platform twice. And basically, that underflows the platform and brings it all the way to the top. And then from here, you just slap the ball over to the end. Normally, you have to like make a staircase that leads up to it, and it's actually like sort of a puzzle. But it's also really annoying because the freaking zombie will just like kick the wall, and your ball will go flying. Yeah. Which the bad guy in this game is named Crosted. He's having a grand old time. So, Prehistoric's next. This is a really interesting world, just because it hops from all different, like, periods of prehistoric, whatever constitutes prehistoric. Because the first level is going to be like Ice Age. It's like, wow, this is cold. This level is actually really cool too, because snow in this game has really weird properties. So when I roll on the snow, my ball picks up snow. Big shocker, I know. But if you have a bit of snow on your ball, you can climb up slopes you're normally not able to, which I would not. It's okay. It's only important really for the first slope, because it saves a lot of time there. And then we're going to say hi to a dinosaur. This guy's cool. It's my friend. There's actually multiple dinosaurs. You're going to see the boss in this world is crazy. Mind-blowing, life-changing. And now, just to give you whiplash after that really cold level, here's like the hottest level in the game. Literally. Do a few bounces at the beginning, get over here, and now I want to keep Glover off screen for as long as possible. Because you see those rocks, those boulders insta-kill you. If you're off screen, they don't spawn. And you know, if hazards don't spawn, it's usually pretty good. So coming up here is possibly the coolest trick in the game. And the coolest trick is me just going to the lava. There's an early cycle you can make here, but you won't even see the platform that you can make it on now. Because I am pretty good at that. Also, all this stuff also skips a bunch of the stage. Like, even tiny bounces like that end up just changing this, how everything works. An insane amount. At GDQ. I'm going to be running this game at GDQ, and if you're curious about anything in this game, I'm more than happy to help. There's a Glover Discord. There's a bunch of resources for Lone Eagle. So, always happy to help a fellow glove lover. And yeah, that was prehistoric. Oh, I mentioned how cool the boss is. Watch this. Okay, so we have a dinosaur, right? But he's rocking Yeezys, a jetpack, and Ray-Bans. Like, I'm not sure if it's like the coolest thing I've ever seen or like the most adorable. I mean, life-changing. Sadly, we have to kill him for the rest. So, this dinosaur is pretty easy to take down. Just roll down the bowling ball off the left side of the slope and just walk down, and dinosaur won't know what hit him. Where did my ball go, actually? You need your ball to finish the stage, and my ball is MIA. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I'm actually... Oh, there it is. Okay, crisis averted. We're good. Willing to lend a hand. I hear one more gosh dang hand pun. So now here's my third trip to the fountain, or I guess technically fourth if you count the very first one. I'm returning 2 balls again, the one from Fear, the one from Free. This opens the final world. I know our lovely trip is coming to a close. This world is called Out of This World. Or Space, we call it Space, because, I mean, Out of This World's a cool name, but it's kind of long. Cool part about this world is low gravity, because, you know, it's in space. And that's about it. But, you know. So, making our final trek. Also, you might have noticed a really nice touch about this game is how it starts off like almost Silent Hill-esque, for lack of a better term. All like dark and dreary, and you're like, oh no, the world's coming to an end. But as you progress and like return more balls, the overworld gets nicer, and you're like, oh, this is cozy. I could live here. Went to Condor or something. So low gravity lets you skip this entire stage. Normally you have to get a giant robot to shoot the door down, but you know, that's... I'm not really good with mechanics and stuff. Robots? Scary. Instead, if you go around the mountain, a very common trope for N64 games is backsides of things just won't have any collision. And that's no different. I hear this stage is played out like exactly as you would casually, except normally what you're supposed to do is to like beat the stage, not beat it, but go to the end of the stage, hit every button, and then go to the beginning and hit the that opens this door. It's really convoluted, and but if you L cancel all, you're able to make it to the end. First, we must talk about parallel universes. Reminder, you can beat this game without pressing the B button, which is the equivalent of jumping, because, I mean... It is, because I said so! And another Glover runner called Ryguy2499, who has done a lot of, like, behind-the-scenes work. He's a very important figurehead of the community. Now I'm beefing it. Has like figured out you can beat this game in like 11 A presses. Pretty cool. Okay. So yeah, this level is just a bunch of really cool low gravity ones. It's probably the best showcase of movement in this game, aside from like maybe Pirates 3. So go over here. Open up this glass door, you know. Bounce. Don't hit this UFO because that UFO will own you. Being owned is not good. Fun fact. I broke a glass window off screen because, you know, it's just how much of a vandal I am. And now here's the final boss. This boss has 2 phases. The first phase isn't really even a boss, but I'm gonna change the marble here. What I'm going to do is mash like crazy to hit a cycle here. Okay. So you want to get into the foot of this robot, right? Yeah. So Cross gives you this robot basically. It makes a giant robot and he's like, yeah, you can have it. Like, good plan. Dork. But yeah, he basically gives you a robot that you use to defeat him with. So like, what? So I was a good boy? Oh no! Don't call me out like that. I didn't mean to break the window, it just kind of got in my way. And I didn't mean to slap a bowling ball into it, you know? Like, I was just minding my own business, my hand slipped. Unfortunately. So, the final fight is you're in this giant robot, right? And guess what the robot shoots? You saw how Glover during that previous cutscene put like a rubber ball into just a weird hole in the gun. He loaded the gun. Oh. Everything's lagging. Okay, so what you want to do normally is alternate arms, because alternating is faster, it's wireframes. But instead, I just miss every shot, and you can get him before he goes up here, but I missed it. But yeah, time's gonna be coming up fairly soon. I'd give it like just a bit over half a minute. So time is gonna be when I return to the fountain one last time. So right about now. Heck yeah. Yes! Time. Yes! Oh no! Yeah, it was stream delay. No, it doesn't matter. I should be underestimated. Yeah, let's go! We did it.
You did it, and it was a good run. Good job.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for running this game. I was delighted when I saw you submitted it. I was like, oh, yes.
Love to glove. Okay. Please donate and support the marathon. It's for a good cause. See, even the way he's like, thumbs up. Yeah!
I heard the yeah at the end. It was like, yeah! It's so cute! Thank you so much again to Yeshipro for coming out. Loving the glove with us.
Anytime.
Oh, show.
Oh, show.
Stay tuned. Next up, we have Rice Star Any Percent from Liz Star. I'm gonna switch over to intermission music and we'll get everything going really quick.